So I've been getting into My Hero Academia. I've seen the first 3 episodes and I'm continuing to watch more. And I watch them right here on Verve, where you can see My Hero Academia in beautiful HD quality, subbed and dubbed. And if you've already got a Funimation or a Crunchyroll account, you can link them with Verve and watch everything in one app. And it's not just My Hero Academia. Dragon Ball Super's there, classic anime like Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho, also new stuff too like Black Clover's on there, Boruto, just everything you could think of is right here on Verve, and you definitely want to check it out. You get 30 free days through my affiliate link down below, 30 free days of Verve, and you can watch everything. Check the link in the description and sign up today. Well, the day is at long last here, our first new Dragon Ball anime since Super ended. It's not quite the same as Super though. I'm talking about Super Dragon Ball Heroes, the anime, premiered today in Japan at the special event over there that's promoting the Dragon Ball Heroes new Prison Planet arc, as well as the arc coming up after that. So it took place there, and then shortly after that on the Cardass website, which I did give you guys the scoop on a few days ago about how to watch this thing, you can watch the Dragon Ball Heroes episode 1 and all further episodes presumably on that website raw without subtitles. So just letting you know that on that website, if you're going to watch it, you will not be watching it with subs. Will there be a subtitled version? It's not going to be officially licensed outside of Japan. I've talked about this several times. You're not going to get this on Crunchyroll, Funimation. It's not going to be there. If somebody subs it, it's going to be a fan sub. And as of this first episode, I haven't seen any fan subs. I'm sure they're going to pop up soon, but I haven't seen any. So what I'm here to do is tell you about episode 1, and also I want to fill you guys in on kind of how this is going to work, because we now have a lot more information about how Dragon Ball Heroes is actually going to work as far as this anime goes. Now, as I said, as we all said, this is a promotional anime. This is not like Dragon Ball Super. This anime is meant to promote the video game. That's why it's there. And yes, Tadayoshi Yamamuro, the character designer for the anime version of Dragon Ball for many years, has moved over to this project. You can tell from episode 1 that he's definitely involved in it, while Shintani takes care of the Super movie. So Yamamuro has his hands all over this first episode. I'm sure Anime AJ will do a breakdown once he gets his hands on this as well. And what I want to say also is the way that this is going to work is it's not airing weekly, as far as I know. Now, this may change as the series progresses. As of right now, we do not know how many episodes this anime will be. So if you're wondering, oh, how many episodes will it be? Will it be 50? Will it be 25? Will it be 100? Will it be 10? We do not know. They have not told us. Once we find out, I will do a video on it. If you're new to the channel, remember to hit subscribe and the notification bell. Make sure if you're already subscribed, check the notification bell and make sure you have all notifications turned on, because YouTube has been broken for quite some time. It's been talked about over and over again. But anyways, so the next episode, episode 2 of Dragon Ball Heroes, is going to be airing on July the 16th, which is a Monday in Japan, but a Sunday for the rest of us, you know, on the Western Hemisphere. It all depends on where you live, because I know I have a lot of people internationally watching this all over the world, and I welcome you. So that's going to be in 2 weeks. Now, does that mean that it will always be a new episode every 2 weeks? We don't know that yet, because remember, Dragon Ball Super took a break, I think the 3rd week it was on the air. So we don't know yet, but presumably speaking, it's going to be airing in a Japanese special event, and then shortly after it airs in Japan, live in front of the people who actually go to the event, you will get it on the website. And it's kind of cool too, because like if you're in Japan, you get to go to these things, like you get to play the games, you see trailers for the upcoming missions in the game, you know, you see teasers of what could be coming with as far as characters go, transformations, all that stuff, and you get to watch the Heroes anime in this like shopping mall area with like a big screen. It's very cool, and it's just stuff that the Japanese get that we'll never get outside of Japan, even though I wish that we did. And the same thing goes for this anime. I've said it I don't know how many times by now. Bandai of Japan does not want anything involving Dragon Ball Heroes to leave Japan, including video games, including the anime, including the arcade game, the DS game, including Dokkan cards that were Dragon Ball Heroes characters that were changed for the global version to not be Heroes characters. That's how tight Japan wants to keep Dragon Ball Heroes. So for the foreseeable future, there's not going to be any sort of legal distribution of this show. You will not be able to watch this show on any of the legal streaming services. It's just not going to happen. And again, I'm not happy about this. I've never been happy about this since the whole Heroes thing began, because I think that they could make so much money by putting it outside of Japan, but Bandai of Japan just does not want to do it. There have been people even within Bandai of America who have told friends of mine and straight up said they don't want it. They don't want to bring Dragon Ball Heroes over, and until then, until they change their minds, you just can't watch it legally like you could Dragon Ball Super on Verve and Crunchyroll and whatnot. You just can't do it. And to be honest, you probably won't be able to do it. So you're probably wondering, well, how do I watch the episodes? Well, you have to set up a VPN. That's how you do it. You have to set up a VPN. Unfortunately, with this video, this is an episode review, so it wouldn't be appropriate to show you how to do that. But you can always Google, like, how do I set up a VPN, and that'll tell you how to do it. You have to set up a VPN to Japan and then load up the website there. And again, just to reiterate, this is Bandai of Japan's decision. Not Bandai of America, not Funimation, not even Toei, and definitely not mine. This is a Bandai of Japan decision. But this is the internet, and as you know, things will always pop up somewhere online. So, Episode 1 of Dragon Ball Heroes was only 8 minutes and 45 seconds long. These are not going to be full-length episodes like Dragon Ball Super. This is a promotional anime, but boy, did they cram a lot into the first 8 minutes and 45 seconds. And just to let everybody know, again, this is my initial review reaction to the episode. I'm going to be watching it again and probably doing a live stream with all of you talking about episode 1 of Dragon Ball Heroes and discussing it and whatnot on there. Now, the intro for the anime I thought was very interesting because it's basically the promo for the video game kind of redone with like new credits and whatnot. So that was kind of interesting. And of course, this is going to be covering the Prison Planet arc of Dragon Ball Heroes. Anything else coming in the future about other arcs, we don't know yet, but they're starting off with the Prison Planet arc. And we start off with a very familiar scene. Goku and Vegeta training with Whis on Beerus' planet. That's how Dragon Ball Heroes Episode 1 begins. And as expected, Whis is still too much for them. Now, while this is going on, Kaioshin is there, Supreme Kai, and Beerus is asleep, and then Mai, future Mai, appears, out of nowhere it seems, yelling for Goku and Vegeta. Then we see the appearance of Fyu, the son of Mira and Toa. Now, if you're watching this review and you don't know who Fyu is, or who Zeno Goku is, or what's really going on, I've done videos about all of this before Dragon Ball Heroes began. I'll leave links to those at the end of the review, but you definitely have to catch up on that because Dragon Ball Heroes just assumes that you know who Fyu is. So if you haven't played Xenoverse 2, or if you don't know the history of Fyu and what his goals are, they're going to assume you know. See what I'm saying? They're not going to tell you anything because this is, again, for the hardcore Japanese market. Understand that. And also, I want to say that this first episode is very, very fast-paced. In fact, I'm expecting them all to be fast-paced because, remember, these are very short episodes. 8 minutes, 45 seconds. They could be 10 minutes. Maybe some will be 12. We don't know yet, but they're not full-length episodes, so they have to cram as much as they can in here. So it's pretty much at breakneck speed. This episode also has some really awesome music. As of right now, I do not know who's doing the music. It's not Sumitomo, and it's not Kikuchi, and it's not Yamamoto. I'm not sure who is doing the music, but it's really, really cool, especially when you see Zeno Goku's first appearance. So when when Goku, Vegeta, and Mai go to the prison planet, which, by the way, you can actually see the chains of the planet in the skies when you're on the ground. That was a cool little effect. Zeno Goku flies in, Time Patrol Goku appears out of nowhere, and it's the coolest freaking entrance, like, ever, dude. Like, it's the coolest entrance ever. Like, he just flies in, and he's looking so badass and so serious. Oh, I loved it. He sets his sights on Fyu and immediately transforms into Super Saiyan 4. This was awesome, dude. He's boom. It was awesome. So, it appears like Zeno Goku thinks that Dragon Ball Super Goku is working with Fyu, because he sees Fyu. Goku immediately, Super Goku, regular timeline Goku, transforms into blue, and their fists clash already. Like, we're like 3 minutes into this thing, and we're already getting the fight. So they start fighting, they're throwing ki blasts at each other, then Goku Super Saiyan Blue flies up, but the back of his head hits what appears to be an invisible wall. So we find out that it truly is a prison planet, in that you cannot fly out of it. There's invisible walls there preventing you, like force fields, preventing you from leaving the planet. They fire Kamehamehas at each other like in the preview, and it just dissipates. And I thought that was a cool little scene. There's also a pretty cool scene where Zeno Goku, after Fu taunts him, fires a blast, and Super Saiyan 4 fires a blast at Fu, and Fu just knocks it away with one hand. So Fu is pretty strong in Dragon Ball Heroes, the anime. And like we expected, Fu's ambition is to get the strongest characters from all eras together so he can do experiments on them or whatever the case may be. And the story of this episode isn't that different from the manga chapter. If you've read the Prison Planet manga chapter, you know the story. If you have not, I mean, it's pretty simple. That's what he wants to do. So people showing up from different timelines and different continuities, like the movies, like GT, Super, whatever the case may be, other timelines as well. And we actually get a look inside of his laboratory, right, which looks like the Batcave. And if you look closely, inside the laboratory, you see King Cold, you see Cooler there. Actually, Trunks and Cooler meet up in the Prison Planet. Trunks is already a prisoner. You see Bojack there, and you see on the right Ozato. Ozato is coming into Dragon Ball Heroes, one of the most obscure Dragon Ball characters ever. If you don't know who Ozato is, I did a video explaining who Ozato is. I will link that at the end of this video as well. There's lots of research you can do here on Geekdom 101 because I've covered a lot of this stuff already. So this is your one-stop shop for Dragon Ball Heroes information. If there's any topics you want me to cover that you want to know about, leave a comment down below. But make sure you go through the videos so you can learn about Ozato, where he comes from, and anything else you might know. But yeah, so Trunks and Cooler is there, and of course, Cooler is voiced by Ryusei Nakao, which made me very happy to hear his voice again, voicing Cooler. We have not seen Cooler in an anime in years. Same thing with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so I like that we're seeing them back in anime form. And King Cold is there, who was killed, obviously. Well, they were all killed. Cooler, King Cold, and Bojack, but Fu is getting them from different timelines. So the episode ends with Fu turning around and seeing the evil Saiyan with the mask on, Cumber, and he's in the straitjacket, and that's the cliffhanger of the episode. So, if you were waiting for Vegito versus Cumber, that's coming later. This is just the first episode. Presumably, that preview that we got was not for just episode 1. It was for, like, you know, the first few episodes. No pun intended. The first few episodes, get it? So, this episode, what were my thoughts on it? To be honest, I thought it looked great. It was good seeing the characters back. Yamamoro's animation's a little stiff, but I still liked it on here. And it was fine, but it was disappointing. Goku versus, Goku versus Goku, Super Saiyan 4 versus Blue was about a minute or so long, maybe less than that. It wasn't much of a fight. They really didn't challenge each other. Will we see more of it in future episodes? I certainly hope so, but there was literally nothing here. This is just an introductory episode. I'm not going to be too harsh on it because we still have more episodes coming up. For example, Golden Cooler is going to be coming into episode 2 of Dragon Ball Heroes, but overall, it was fine for what it was, but it was also a bit disappointing because I expected more, but I think we all had big expectations. However, remember, this is just the first episode. There will be more coming, and I just hope that people take the time to kind of learn this stuff because Heroes is very different from Dragon Ball Super and from everything else in that, well, not a lot of it makes sense, but that's kind of part of the fun. So it was okay. Anyways, check out the videos I have here on the channel if you have not. All about Dragon Ball Heroes. I have a whole playlist that tells you all kinds of stuff about Heroes that you may or may not know. Also, I have a video about Broly Dark coming up in the next couple of days. Very interesting character who we may see in the Super Dragon Ball Heroes anime. We may see him in that anime in the future. But thanks again for checking out the review. Again, it was a bit disappointing. I expected more, but again, I'm taking a wait-and-see approach because let's wait and see. And also, not much was explained, too. I wish they would explain a little bit more, but these things are really, really short. It's 8 minutes, 45 seconds. You can't compare it to Super or even Dragon Ball Z because it's supposed to be a promotional anime, so you have to review it as such. Anyways, I'm out, and I will probably do a stream talking more about this or maybe do a follow-up video in the future. Hope y'all have a good one. I'll see you soon.